And let's start with some national news first, where the much-awaited extradition hearing of Indian businessman and liquor tycoon Vijay Mallya, who's facing money laundering charges, is all set to kick off in central London's Westminster Magistrate Court today. Vijay Mallya is wanted in India to face prosecution on charges relating to his defunct Kingfisher Airlines defaulting on loans from various Indian banks amounting to over $1 billion. Mallya was arrested in London in April this year, but has been out on a £650,000 bail since then. A video has emerged showing BJP MP from Karnataka, Pratap Simha, breaching security barricades by ramming into them with his official car. Following the violation, the MP and some of his supporters were taken into preventive custody. The barricades were put in place as security measures for the Hanuman Jayanti procession today and the Eid celebrations yesterday. The Indian Meteorological Department has predicted that moderate rain is expected at a few places in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry during the next 24 hours. The fishermen have been asked not to venture into the sea of Tamil Nadu and South Andhra till the 25th of December, as the cyclone is expected to move towards the region. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Sunday reviewed the relief work in southern Kanyakumari city. She also met with the families of the victims and listened to their grievances. As many as 10 naval ships and about 8 aircrafts are currently deployed to rescue fishermen and people from the cyclone-hit areas. Meanwhile, the Indian Navy and Air Force and Coast Guard have continued to airlift fishermen who are stuck in the sea due to a cyclone Oki. A total of 357 fishermen, including 71 from Tamil Nadu, stranded in the sea due to cyclone Oki, were rescued on Sunday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Surat today, and he'll be holding several key public rallies in the city. Prime Minister Modi is in Gujarat as a part of his mega campaign in the coal-bound state of Gujarat. As part of the Indian leg of the trade mission that is aimed at promoting new business links between India and London, Mayor Sadiq Khan will be visiting New Delhi today. In Mumbai on Sunday, Sadiq Khan had held meetings with business leaders, entrepreneurs and artists. He's also assured that the British capital remained open to investment and international students despite the United Kingdom's decision to leave the European Union. Some international news now. US Defense Secretary James Mattis has arrived in Kuwait, which is his third stop in a 5-day trip, during which he has emphasized on the American commitment to partnerships in the Middle East, West Africa and South Asia. James Mattis has also visited Egypt and Jordan and will be heading to Pakistan later in the day. James Mattis will be arriving in Pakistan later in the day, and his first visit to Islamabad since he's assumed the office in the United States. Before heading to Pakistan, Mattis has revealed that the current American administration wants to broaden the ground between Pakistan and the United States to ensure that no terror group has a safe haven inside of Pakistan. The largest ever US-South Korean air exercise kicks off today, days after North Korea had fired an intercontinental ballistic missile over Japan that is believed to be capable of hitting the US mainland in a new challenge to President Donald Trump. The 5-day Vigilant Ace drill, which involves some 230 aircraft, including the F-22 Raptor stealth jets. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster has said that North Korea's nuclear efforts were the greatest immediate threat to the United States while addressing a forum on national defense in California. He also further added that the potential of a US war with North Korea is growing every single day. Thousands of Hondurans marched in support of the TV star opposition candidate who claimed that the government is trying to steal the last week's disputed presidential election. The mostly young demonstrators banged pots and also blew shrill horns as they marched through the capital in support of Salvador Nasrallah. A similar protests were also seen in other cities as well. Anti-fascist protesters attempted to disrupt a demonstration by the white nationalists outside the White House. Now, the police created a physical barrier between the group to avoid any violence. A rocket projectile has hit the Iranian embassy in the Yemeni capital of Sana'a on Sunday afternoon during clashes between the Houthis and the loyalists of the former President Ali Abdullah Saleh. A fire broke out after the embassy was hit by the rocket projectile, and it remains unclear as to which side of the clashes owns the rocket projectile. A day after former Egyptian Premier Ahmed Shafiq was arrested and then deported from the United Arab Emirates to Cairo, his family members say that they have lost contact with him and consider him to be kidnapped. The 76-year-old Shafiq had recently announced plans to run for the presidency in 2018. He's also seen as the strongest potential opponent of Egyptian President Al-Sisi, who is expected to run for a second term next year. Now, US President Donald Trump has not made up his mind on moving the US embassy to Jerusalem or recognizing the city as Israel's capital. A declaration by Trump is expected later this week, and speaking at an annual conference on US policy in the Middle East, senior advisor and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner on Sunday said that Trump is still looking at a lot of different facts, and when he makes his decision, he will be the one to disclose it. A dramatic incident has been caught on camera showing a lorry slamming into cars on a highway in United Kingdom's Birmingham city. The lorry's dashcam video shows the vehicle picking up speed and then ramming into stationary cars on the M6 highway before coming to a halt. Now, the cars were sent spinning across the highway. Russian Defense Ministry has released footage of Russian jets hitting militant targets in southeast of Syria's Deir el-Zor province. The military said that the strikes targeted the Islamic State warehouse, military vehicles and the bases. The attack also comes as Russia has announced that it was preparing to withdraw its military contingent from Syria, and the Russian news agencies have reported that this may happen pretty soon. The 5 children were killed after a fire broke out in the Siberian village of Stepnoy, according to the local emergency ministry officials. The efforts of neighbors in extinguishing the fire helped to prevent it from spreading to the nearby buildings as well. The 2 people are hospitalized with moderately severe burns. Britain's parliament is to debate the Brexit withdrawal bill today, and the bill states that the European law will no longer apply in the United Kingdom post-Brexit. Now, under the bill, all existing European Union legislations will be copied into the British law to ensure a smooth transition as the United Kingdom leaves the bloc. Now, the British government can later then amend the law when it leaves the bloc. Over 160 people donned Santa Claus costumes and skied for the 18th annual Santa Sunday in Maine this weekend. The slopes and lifts at the Sunday River Resort were packed with revelers sporting Santa's signature red suit with white trim. This year's event has raised as much as $2,500 for local charities.